This is the Soundcore Motion X600, one of the first portable Bluetooth speakers with spatial audio. But is it just a gimmick or does it really make a difference? What does it sound like and is it worth buying? Well, we're going to answer all those questions right here, right now. Let's get into it. First up, let's look at the design quality of this speaker, because in a land of rubberized and plastic speakers, well, this just screams premium. There's a real retro design vibe to it. You've got an aluminium handle across the top. You've got this metal grille all the way across the front as well. It just screams quality and just looks really well made. It's pretty compact too. I mean, size wise, it's about 3 inches deep, just over 12 inches wide and 4.7 inches tall, and a little bit extra for the handle. That metal build does mean it's a little bit on the heavy side. It's 2 kgs or 4.2 pounds. The handle definitely makes it really easy for carrying around though. Plus, it is IPX7 waterproof rated, so if it gets splashed by the pool or gets caught out in the rain, you don't have to worry about it. And looking at the buttons on the top, you've got power on and off, Bluetooth, spatial audio, bass up, the up firing speaker in the middle, volume down, play pause, which also acts as a skip track if you hold it down for a couple of seconds, and volume up as well. Moving around to the back, and you've got a feature that is often missing off of speakers these days, and that's an aux in port, so you can actually plug this into any wide audio source like a CD player. And as well as that, there's the USB-C charging port for charging. And underneath, we've got 4 feet that are rubberized and really good at keeping it fixed on the table so it doesn't slide around. Overall, I'm really impressed with the build quality of this speaker. With that metal design, it is a premium finish compared to a lot of other speakers. I'd actually put it in a similar bracket to speakers like the Sonos Move 2, and that's a speaker that costs way more than twice what this does. This really does look very high spec indeed. Now, one feature that this speaker has got that I don't think many people are talking about is its mic, because there is a mic built into this, so you can take a call with this speaker. It'll actually pause any music that you're listening to so you can take a call. Here's a mic test. You can hear what it sounds like for yourself. You will now listen to a mic test of the Soundcore Motion X600 speaker so that you can hear what you would sound like if you were going to use this to take a call. It's okay. It's not a reason that I'd buy the speaker though. I'd much rather just use the speaker that was built into my phone. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. And moving on to the sound quality, and you've got 50 watts of power in this thing. You've got 5 speakers as well. You've got 2 woofers, 2 tweeters, and that upward facing driver at the top for spatial audio. And we'll do some sound tests in a minute to show that feature off. You've also got 60 Hz to 40 kHz frequency response, so you get plenty of treble and a fair amount of bass as well. The X600 also supports LDAC high-res audio, which is 3 times the sound quality of Bluetooth. And for those of you that have high-res audio music, do note that popular streaming services like Spotify don't do high-res audio at the moment, so you'll need to look at places like Apple or Amazon Music for that. The speaker also has 3 features to help you tweak how it sounds. You've got the spatial audio and bass up, which are there to add width and bass. Now, whether it actually makes a difference, you'll find out in the sound test in a bit. You can also change the EQ on this speaker by jumping into the Soundcore mobile app on your phone and choosing from a number of different EQ presets, or you can fully customize the EQ using the 9-band parametric graphic equalizer, which not only allows you to change the level of the frequency, but also change the frequency that it's affecting. That's really impressive on a speaker of this price. So having said all that, now it's time for you to hear what it actually sounds like in a sound test. Now do bear in mind that you're listening through your speakers to a recording of these speakers, so it's not going to sound the same as if you were in the same room as this speaker, but hopefully it gives you some idea of how it sounds.
Get up on it and do, get up on it and do, my channel's driving on it, don't seize the over, get a little bit of my yeah, get a little bit of my ooh, I'm shining without you, so bright, baby, so bright, focus on me, focus on me, focus on me, focus on me, eh, 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 eh. All thanks to you, I shine brighter than ever. All thanks to you, I'm happy, happier than ever. I never found someone like that's right out there. Say you, oh, it's you.
So what do you think sounded the best? Let me know in the comments down below. For me, having spatial audio and bass up turned on made such a difference. The bass up gives the music more presence, but without overpowering the highs or distorting the music. And that spatial audio adds so much more width and height to your music that you would think you were listening to a wall of speakers and not just a single speaker. Turning both off just made the sound shrink and sound hollow in comparison, so I would definitely recommend leaving them on. Now, battery life wise, you do get 12 hours of playtime out of this speaker. However, that's if you have things like bass up and spatial audio turned off. If you have it turned on, your playtime will be less. When you do want to charge it up, though, it does take a while. Even though it's a USB-C port on the back, it takes 6 hours to charge up to full. And that's really probably the only negative thing I can find to say. Well, 2 negative things that I can think of about this speaker. The charging time is 6 hours. The other thing I would have liked to have seen was dust proof. So it wasn't just IPX7 rated, maybe an IP57 rated, because then you could take it down the beach. And without a dust rating, wouldn't take it to the beach, fine by a pool, not down the beach. So overall though, should you buy it? Well, if you're after a speaker that you can shove in your bag and take anywhere, then I'd probably look somewhere else. Just because the X600 looks too good to take anywhere. I would be absolutely gutted if I scratched it. I think this speaker works best as a portable home speaker. A speaker that you can move room to room or even outside in the garden or by the pool, whilst giving you room-filling, wide and expansive sound thanks to the bass up and the spatial audio features of this speaker that really do make it sound so much bigger than its size would suggest. The X600 is available in blue, green and grey, and it retails for $200, which is a great price for the sound and build quality of this speaker. However, at the time of this video, it's down to $150 on Amazon, and at that price, it's an absolute steal. I will put some links to it in the description down below so you can go check it out for yourself. If you want to check out some more portable speakers, then be sure to check out the link up here. If you've enjoyed the video, then please don't forget to like and share it. Consider subscribing if you're not. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.